Help Wanted, New Devil. The Enduring. Book 1. By Sara Marks. Sample Chapter. The Ride. You open your eyes and find yourself waiting in a queue, dazed and unsure of where you are. You try to capture your last memory. It's vague, but you believe you have died. You look around and realize that none of this fits with your expectations of the afterlife. Are you in heaven? Are you in hell? No, you seem to be in the world's longest line. Maybe this is your personal hell. Is it your hell to wait in an endless line as if you were at a theme park? You can understand how it would be. You hated standing in those long lines at Northanger parks. People would push each other or ignore the line moving ahead of them. Children would try to climb on rails and have meltdowns when their parents refused them. Usually, the ride would be worth the wait, but every so often, it was too brief and the queue too boring. This is like that latter queue, with its stark black walls and hordes of people. As you look around, you confirm that your personal hell would be to spend eternity in a line with no ride at the end. Periodically the line does move, and as it does, you realize there is a destination, a ride of some type. The room around you changes as you move through it. Having committed to this being your personal hell, you wonder which Northanger Parks ride you hate the most. Which one would be torture to ride for eternity? Each person in this line is thinking about something different. Some hate rides for children, others hate thrill rides, but most simply hate rides with long lines. The rides you hate are the children's rides. You didn't care for children, even your own, and those rides were also the shortest in the parks, and the lengthy waits were never worth the outcomes. As you gird yourself for an eternity riding a children's ride, you start to pay attention to the changes around you. There is a song playing, and it sounds cheerful. The chorus sings in higher notes that sound like children's voices. Hell is everyone's home. Wait. Did they say hell? Everyone comes to hell. Everyone? Certainly, that can't be correct. No one wants to punish you. Seriously? Waiting in this queue is punishment, no matter how they spin it. How long have you been standing here? You have no idea. You have lost track of time, just like in a ride queue at Northanger Parks. The song repeatedly plays for eternity as if you're on hold with a busy customer service phone number. Forget all you think you know. Hell is everyone's home. It doesn't matter if you say hello, bonjour, salam, namaste, or shalom. No one wants to punish you. The longer you wait in this line, the more frustrated you get. Those around you seem to be having different reactions. A pair of children, farther up, seem to be making up their own lyrics and giggling when they sing them. It doesn't matter if you fart, poop, pee, vomit, and have boogers, they screech through their giggles. They continue listing bodily functions, and the volume of their giggles increases. Adults around them smile patiently, as you do when indulging children in public. Inside, you are raging at them to shut the fuck up. There are adults who are openly angry. Not again. Where are their parents? You have lost count of how many times you have heard the song, but suspect the line about this not being a punishment is a lie. You still feel like this is a punishment. You look around at those who surround you. Some remain dazed and in a stupor. Others are in tears, whispering things you can't hear. Few look at ease. You all slowly shuffle down one row, turn a corner, and then shuffle up the other side. Eventually, you enter the facade. It looks like a Gothic stone manor from the United Kingdom. At the entrance stands a statue. What you don't know is that this is me, deaf, tall and slender in a fitted suit with a nearly blank face. My eyes, the only things on the dark landscape of my face, are white orbs. I'm holding my sickle in one hand while the other is extended in greeting. Once upon a time, The magic of this pocket universe allowed the statue's face to change as I changed my own. My mask for greetings was often serene and kind, but my favorite is a skull, an image humans have a deep memory of. This statue, with a blank visage and extended hand, makes everyone draw back and pull their arms close to their bodies. The sickle often causes people to cry out in fear. The dark stone, repetitive song, lack of light, and endless queue do not calm anyone. As you look at the statue, you remember those expectations you were taught for the afterlife. No matter what the song tells you, hell is for punishment. The line seems no closer to ending, so you look at the artwork on the walls. They seem to be tapestries. The intricate stitching depicts scenes you don't understand. There is a bridge with a troll standing beside it. The troll's hand is held up and waves to you. You step back, unsure if you imagined the movement or if it really happened. I assure you, he waved. On the other side of the bridge is what looks like the aurora borealis in brilliant shades of blues and greens. Another wall shows a tall, grey tower in a cityscape. You look closely at the windows and see small people through them. They seem to be moving, fading in and out of the picture as if they are alive. Soon the light around you gets brighter, and you hear the sound of gears moving. Hopefully, this means you're getting close to the end and some type of ride. By now, you are convinced the song is a cruel joke, and you are absolutely in hell for punishment. As you get closer, you see the black, hearse-like cars on the track and aren't that surprised. Of course, an eternal queue like this would end in an amusement park ride with coffins and a hearse. While this may not be the hell you have been imagining, it is a broken orientation system for new arrivals. We had great intentions when we picked Gilbert Northanger to design it. We thought he would bring the whimsy and delight he had put into the rides at his theme park. His parks were the ultimate manifestation of his symbolic magic. What we had not realized was that he was never aware that he was using magic. His family had forgotten their magic generations ago. He continues to hate when we talk about his magic, let alone the magic that fuels this dimension. He resents being here and unable to move on. Alas, the entire ride reeks of his resentment and anger. When Northanger created this ride, he wanted to mimic a Eurocentric idea of hell, one that permeated nearly every culture, even if they didn't share it. Everyone would recognize the symbols he used so we could merge them with the reality of this afterlife. No one religion or culture got it completely correct, thus, everyone has to go through this ride upon arrival. As you get closer to the end of the line, you can see the ride's boarding area. The growl of gears is repeatedly punctuated by piercing squeals and grinding metal. These sounds make everyone cringe and cover their ears. Children begin to cry. You look around but don't see anyone departing. These hearse-like cars arrive from a black void, and once you are encased, and the bar is lowered over your lap, they return to the void. The music, now without the lyrics, continues to play from unseen speakers as your hearse jolts through the void. At one point, you come to a complete stop, surrounded by complete darkness. All you hear are the echoes of someone crying and the instrumental music. Your anxiety builds because you have no idea what's coming next. If you were breathing, it would quicken. If you had a heart, you would feel it beating in your chest. You are still confident that you are in your own personal hell and wonder what you did to earn this punishment. Was access to heaven predetermined by accident of birth, or could you have done something different? You were cruel, sometimes intentionally but not usually. Sure, you tried to manipulate things in your favor, but everyone does. You are sure if your actions were judged, you would come out as a good person. Suddenly, your mind and body are jolted as the car begins to move again. Your hearse approaches a bright pink and black door. The details, in pink, are illuminated by a black light. Northanger Parks have trained your mind to recognize this as a dark ride. There are expectations for what you will see on the ride. You know the bright colors, illuminated by the black light, will appear more vivid than they really are. You know your car is on a track that will make a few sudden turns but primarily travel at a steady pace. The room will be dark besides these scenes. As the door opens, you are greeted by the first room. On behalf of everyone here, welcome to hell, Patala, or simply, the afterlife, says a soft, feminine voice through speakers in your hearse. The scene is made up of multicultural dolls. Some are animatronic dolls rotating on their daises, while others appear to be cutouts painted in fluorescent colors. You suspect this scene used to be cute, but now the dolls are all falling apart. One animatronic doll is sparking from the neck, and another is losing an arm. The painted dolls are out of sync, hitting each other as they move in and out of the scene. Your hearse spins you around so you can see the entire scene, but it only causes you to feel dizzy. Your body slides from one side of the car to the other as it wildly spins too many times to count. You are nauseated but wonder if you are even able to puke now. There are sounds coming through the speaker in your car, but they are garbled. You can't make out words, but it sounds like the voice you previously heard. The sound you hear best is that of the musical part of the song from the cue. You've heard it so many times that you sing the chorus without thinking about it. Welcome to your afterlife. Don't feel any stress or strife. Welcome to your afterlife, where happiness is rife. When your car finally stops spinning, it lurches forward before you can focus. You jolt forward as the car crashes through a brown-painted door. This time you see the traditional image of the devil dancing around in a red outfit with a pitchfork. There is a cellophane-looking fire crackling around the room that includes a burning fire sound effect. The devil rotates out of view and is replaced by a steady stream of multicultural people moving through, including the hearses from the ride. The car jerks and spins you in the other direction as the red devil bursts out of the fire and laughs. The shock makes you jump. Welcome to your afterlife. Don't feel any stress or strife. Welcome to your afterlife, where happiness is rife. You approach the third scene by turning a sharp corner, one that causes the car to jolt. You see a little cutout doll version of Christina looking pretty in a bright red dress, not that you know who Christina is just yet. The black light shines on the dress, and you almost miss the short, multicultural dolls dancing around her. At least, you think they are dancing. In reality, they seem like they are breaking as you watch, their limbs jerking as their bodies move around in an endless loop. Soon you will have a chance to meet Christina, the devil. She is very nice, and you will probably like her, the narrator says in this scene, the words unnaturally drawn out. You jump as one of the dolls bursts into flames. Your car sputters several times and continues moving. Suddenly you stop, and you think you smell burning electronics. When all the lights go out, you get worried, wondering if there is electricity in hell. After a moment, you feel like you're moving again, but not because there are gears. It's a slow slide forward, but it's difficult to tell because you're in the dark. When the lights suddenly switch on, you discover you are in a new scene. This one features the little figurines gathering in groups of similar ethnicities but different ages. Your friends and family are all here waiting to be with you, comes through the speakers very slowly, as if each word has been stretched out. If you're old enough, you'll remember listening to cassette tapes. As the tape got older, it would seem to stretch in the player. This is what the audio distortion sounds like. While there are no disasters in this scene, as soon as you pass into the next room through bright red doors, the next one is practically headless. You will have everything and anything you want and need. The only limit is your imagination, the voice says, now at 2 times the normal speed. Above the dolls, there are thought bubbles in the air showing things like cars, boats, food, and a television. Below the bubbles are bodies without heads. As you pass through the scene, the items being thought of come up from the floor of the scene and are lifted toward your hearse. You flinch in anticipation as they move so quickly from the floor that you expect them to slam into you. You are free to do the things you loved in life or never had the chance to do until now, the voice, now at normal speed, says as you pass through to the next room. There is always something to do or someone to meet. This scene features one faceless figure standing still. It's not another representation of me. This figure is faceless because it is a mirror, and you see yourself when you pass. It raises its hand to wave to you, but the arm's motion is stuck in a loop, resulting in a jerky, thrusting action. Teenage boys enjoy mocking this gesture. An endless row of multicultural cutout dolls pass by. A few empty spots in the line make you wonder who took them and if you should take one, too. You don't move as the bar, as if recognizing your thoughts, pushes lower into your groin. You had a good life and deserve happiness. We are here to provide it, the narrator says. Again you see the figure with the mirror face. It disappears and reappears through the length of the room, your car jerking you around in different directions. You wonder if whiplash is possible after death. In the next vignette, the mirror-faced figure enjoys a meal with another headless figure that has collapsed into the plate of food. In another, it is loaded down with shopping bags and is spinning wildly. You instinctively duck, expecting things to come flying at your face. As your car approaches a light blue door, you feel your body relax. You enter a bright room that feels different from the others. You are reminded of the tapestries in the queue when you see a smiling troll and bridge. A person walks toward the bridge and a golden halo follows above them. The music, which you have finally managed to ignore, stops mid-song, and voices replace it. You can move on when you are ready, the narrator says. What belongs to you but is used more by others, says a very gruff voice. Your name, says a feminine voice. Then the human figure walks across the bridge, and when it makes it to the other side, a curtain of green, pink, and blue light parts, and the human disappears. The beauty of the scene strikes you. You feel tears fill your eyes. The music starts playing again through the speakers as you move to the final scene. Instead of figures, it is a screen playing videos of people doing mundane activities. People look happy and are enjoying themselves while the song plays through the speakers. Forget all you think you know. Hell is everyone's home. It doesn't matter if you say hello, bonjour, salam, namaste, or shalom. No one wants to punish you. Welcome to your afterlife. Don't feel any stress or strife. Welcome to your afterlife, where happiness is rife. We are here to take care of you. Just let your imagination run free. You can do anything you want to do, see shows, meet people, or even go on a shopping spree. There are no limits on what hell can become for you. The walls of the room and all screens begin to display your name here as you continue through the room. At last, you pass through a black curtain into a dull, white unloading room. The bar rises from your lap, and the hearse slows down so you can exit. You follow the people ahead of you on an automatic walkway. It takes you out of the building into the bright sunlight of hell. Do you want to read more? Like or subscribe to this YouTube channel for more news on how to buy Help Wanted, New Devil.